Hello everybody, welcome to another week with the Tarot Oracle. A bit early this week with your tarot messages general for all signs. If you want a reading, you can always contact me. So this isn't the full reading, it's just messages for you, all signs, and very general. So we don't use the whole pack. I'm going to go for the middle up to the top. Overall energy. Oh, nice one. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune always moves you over to something better, moves you across. And we've got behind, oh, behind the card, you know how I like to go back a few. So we've got, whoopsie, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is taking us away from, now the Page of Swords is always a bit troublesome. Could be late news. If it's late news, it's late news that's taking you to a better place. But it follows a period of unrest, turbulence around you possibly, that then lifts and takes you with a little bit of delay, if you like, to a better place. So that's great. Could also be that you're being taken away from, with that unsettled card, the card of unrest and that page, disputes and people being a bit nasty around you. So you're moving, and the Wheel of Fortune comes from the Major Arcana, so it's not that you might not consciously do this. It will be an energy that will just change for you and take you to something nicer. So we're going to do 4 cards. I think we did that last week, didn't we? And I'll turn that one over in a minute. And then these are the clarifiers. We always do the clarifiers. Nothing jumped out in the previous pack. I don't think anything's going to jump out here either. Oh, I got that wrong. Oh, that's nice. So we've got the, again, it's a sword, Ace of Swords, and that's nice. That's like the aha moment, epiphany moment. It's a champion card. It's a triumphant card. It's the start of a cycle which is going to work out well for you, and that kind of is what we're saying with this Wheel of Fortune. So that jumped out. So that's good because everything's looking positive. I feel that there's been some negativity in the background that we're kind of moving away from now, which is great. And the end of that cycle with the 10 of Swords, and now the Ace of Swords is saying we're coming into a new cycle, which is fantastic. Here we've got, oh, another sword. So we've got the Knight of Swords. He brings much excitement with him. Again, the air sign, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. When I say it that way around, I always get it wrong. Anyway, never mind, but that's what it is. And air sign, so this one charges in, brings a lot of energy, but like the sword we had, he's got the sword upheld, and so it's very positive. It's a very charged energy, and it's almost like we've regained our strength and conviction, and off we go with the assistance of the Wheel of Fortune. Fantastic. I didn't read back there. Reading back, we have a childlike, so somebody with whom you had a very kindred spirit, so that you strip back from your adult self to your child self. You're very natural with this person, almost the naivety of children. Could also be somebody from your past. We then have the Strength card, which is lovely, Leo energy, and the Strength card is from the Major Arcana, Inner Strength, assisting that. The Soulmate card can also be a conversation on a very honest and you bare your soul level, which comes back to this one, where that's in a sense already been done. You're very you are kind of kindred spirits here, and this indicates soulmate energy. And then the Knight, so a gentle energy there comes into a much more gushy, rushy energy of excitement, vibrancy, that kind of thing. Okay, and I'll put those cards there. So the first card we had in the first deck was the Queen of Swords, a bit detached emotionally, a thinker, strategist. She kind of thinks things through first. So the energy there is again with the air. Following that, we have the Emperor. So this could be that we've got two people here who want to pair up. The Emperor represents Aries. He's the divine masculine, major arcana energy, accomplished, strong. In terms of the hierarchy, he's right there at the top. He's accomplished, wise, experienced, and hasn't really got anything to prove. Divine masculine. Okay, next one we have another major arcana, the High Priestess, which is a spiritual card. So it could be that this union is very spiritual. If indeed that is a union, we'll see what the clarifiers say. But here we've got a very spiritual card following the Emperor, so that it feels like there's something that is fated here. And I'm thinking back to all the other cards we had with the two of Cups and the Six of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Things might be there might be lots of coincidences at this time. Coincidences don't just happen, they're there for a reason. So follow the signs, read the signs, look for signs. And then we've got the King of Swords. So we have actually got a union here, the Queen and the King. But I feel at the moment they're separated a little bit. So let's see what the clarifiers say. So we've got the Queen of Swords at the top, and we have the King of Wands, clarifying that. So the Queen of Swords was that detached emotional energy. He's very passionate. He's coming in there with passion. He's fired up, and he is a creative sort. The Emperor is clarified by the Judgment card, two major arcanas together. So the Judgment card is also a triumphant card, much like that Ace of Swords. It also harps back to a cycle that hasn't been finished, a cycle that has come back to be continued, if you like, where it left off. And the idea here is that the first time it might have been cut short, it might not have reached its full potential. This time it will reach its full potential. So next we have the High Priestess, which is the spiritual card, and we've got the Four of Swords. 4 is always a number of stability, security. Here it's like the fight's over, put your swords down, rest. Rest, replenish and connect with your spiritual self. And the last card was the King of Swords, and we've got the King of the Knight of Cups. So it could be that this King of Swords wants to come with an offer, presented as the Knight of Cups. He's holding his cup. He's got something he wants to, an offer he wants to make. He's meant to be the knight in shining armour. On this side, we've got the Star, the healing card. That can be what this card can represent. It's also a card of healing, rest, recharging your batteries. It seems to be a bit in the male dominant side here. So it could be that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 male cards. So I think probably the recharging is coming from the Knight of Swords, who's going to come charging in. The Star is Aquarius, again an air sign, and it's a wish come true, but it is also about healing energy. Yes, and underneath that, just to show you, we've got the we have got the King of Wands again here, this man all fired up. We've got the Lovers underneath him, which pertains back to that Two of Cups soulmate card. We've got the King of Wands, which we had at the top of the table there, so somebody who's very passionate about the Queen, who's holding back at the moment. A pierced heart could be a three-party situation, doesn't have to be another person, could be work, could be family, could be anything that's interfering with two people. End of that. So the slate now has been wiped clean to start again, and healing is taking place. Here we've got the clarifiers. The clarifiers show the Empress. So we've got here a connection between the Emperor and the Empress. So she, the Queen of Swords, is the Empress, represented by the Empress. We've got the Queen of Cups, who meets this Knight of Cups with her own cup. And behind that we've got the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles, who comes in with a solid offer. Pentacles are always a solid card. So that's not a bad reading. It's a bit kind of, I feel it's not conclusive, but I feel there's a lot going on between these two that could be in for a second whirl. Let's see what next week says. Have a good week. Bye now.